It's a quiet Sunday evening in Anin, a leafy suburb on the edge of Warsaw. You walk up to your parents' villa. The fence towers over you, 3 meters of concrete and steel, topped with barbed wire. Tonight, the gate isn't locked. Inside, the house is too quiet. No television, no radio, no familiar footsteps on the stairs. You call out their names. Silence. You start walking upstairs, your hand brushing the wooden banister you grew up with, and push the bedroom door open. The former Prime Minister of Poland lies on the floor, bound, strangled. In another room, his wife, also dead. On the night of August 31st to September 1st, 1992, the Jaroszewicz family stepped into a nightmare, and Poland gained one of its darkest, unsolved mysteries. Who killed Piotr Jaroszewicz and his wife Alicja, and what exactly were they looking for inside that fortified villa in Anin? Early 1990s Poland. The map of Europe has been redrawn. The Berlin Wall is gone. The Soviet Union has dissolved into history. But the shadows of the old system still linger. Piotr Jaroszewicz was not an ordinary retiree. For 10 years, 1970 to 1980, he served as the Prime Minister of the People's Republic of Poland. He was tied to the Gierek era: massive loans, rapid industrialization, economic collapse. His wife, Alicja Solska-Jaroszewicz, had been a communist lieutenant during the war and later a journalist. Together, they were a living archive of the Polish People's Republic. After he was forced out of power, Piotr settled in Anin, but he never stopped looking over his shoulder. A massive fence, barbed wire, a pistol in his pocket on every walk. And in the days before his death, he seemed even more afraid than usual. What did he think was coming? Inside the house, the scene didn't really resemble a simple robbery. It looked more like a message. Piotr had been tied, beaten, strangled with a leather noose. But then, a bizarre detail. Some of his wounds had been bandaged. Why would burglars pause to give first aid? Unless they needed him alive. Alive long enough to talk, point, or to open a safe or something. His right hand left unbound. Not an accident. A hand left free to write, sign, or open something. Alicja was killed differently. One shot to the head, using her husband's own rifle. Quick, controlled, eliminating a witness. At first, reports claimed the thieves ignored valuables and took only documents from a safe, fueling rumors of a political hit. Later, official records listed stolen cash, gold coins, 2 guns, and a watch. So was it about money? Or documents? Or both? And to make matters worse, the 1992 investigation was disastrous. Evidence lost, contaminated, or never even collected. Only one partial fingerprint survived, and it led nowhere. For decades, the case was a cold weight in Poland's memory. Then suddenly, suspects emerged. The so-called karate gang from Radom, engineers and athletes who turned to crime in the chaotic 1990s, supposedly. Police claimed they broke into the villa looking for cash, tortured Piotr for information, panicked, and murdered both victims. 3 men, Robert, Marcin, and Dariusz, stood trial. The prosecution asked for life sentences. But the case leaned on one thing: a confession. A confession later withdrawn, explained as a desperate attempt for a lighter sentence. No strong forensic evidence, no reliable physical link, just pressure, and a desire to close a painful chapter of history. After 4 years of trial, in 2024 the verdict landed. All 3 defendants were acquitted. Judge Stanisław Zdun cited errors, inconsistencies, and failures in the preparation of the case. The state had tried to sell a simple robbery narrative, and the court rejected it. The prosecution appealed, but the official theory collapsed, and once again the shadow of political motives returned. From the start, one theory refused to die. Piotr Jaroszewicz was killed for his private archive. A man of his rank would have definitely possessed files that could ruin reputations, corruption, secret deals with Moscow, wartime operations, hidden collaborators. In the early 1990s, such documents weren't just memories, they were weapons. Someone might have wanted those documents destroyed, or kept for themselves. Former communist elites, intelligence networks, foreign powers, all of them could have had something to hide. Now this is where the political motive becomes unavoidable. The quote-unquote hired gun idea blends both worlds. Professional intelligence work mixed with hired criminals. A politically motivated mission disguised as a messy break-in. Documents retrieved. Witnesses silenced. Scene staged as chaos. More than 30 years later, the villa in Anin is just another house. No convicted killers. No proven motive. No archived documents were recovered. What remains is a symbol of a country transitioning from dictatorship to democracy, but unable to expose every shadow. Maybe the most unsettling part of the Anin enigma is this: if someone wanted the truth buried, they might have succeeded. I'm Rohan, and this was the story of the Anin enigma, the murder of a prime minister who may have known too much. If you want more videos like this and what'll you know, then subscribe. And tell me, was this a robbery gone wrong, or a perfectly executed political erasure?